us down. But now it looks like things are finally coming around. I know we've got a long, long way to go. And where we'll end up, I don't know. But you know that nothing holds us back. We're putting our faith together. They're promising us alright. If you ever been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore.
I'm so happy and enthused about being here today. I am Dr. Lawrence D. Smith, the host of Straight Talk, No Chaser. We're on the second and fourth Monday of each month, and we have an opportunity to share with you some ideals. Sometimes it's political, sometimes economic, sometimes relationship, love issues, topics, and various topics that just happen in every day. This is WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one, and we're excited because you have an opportunity to communicate with us by calling in. We would love to have you to call in. The call-in number or the chat line to advocate your thoughts is 347-857-4192. Press 1. I'll make sure to get you on the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell. Ask for your location, and you can chat with Dr. Lawrence D. Smith as we talk about our title today, How to Build Communication in a Relationship. This is a series that we're going to break down each one of the characteristics and traits of a healthy relationship. We talked about honesty. We talked about trust. Now we're talking about communication. You also can go to the web link. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/WVSW Internet Talk Radio. You can check us out through our live broadcast. As we stated, and it's going to be our brand as WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one. We're the first radio station that actually take all the social media site that's available to broadcast live and do it all at one time. We do it for each one of our shows. So we too excited about that because it's a blessing to be able to do that. You also have an opportunity on those live broadcasts. They're being aired on Facebook.com, Big O Live, and TikTok. The handle for those 3 social media sites are DRL Diaberto Smith. Then on Instagram, it's Z Squad Greenville 1981. We're partners with the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama, and we're excited because they're allowing us to be a partner with them to get the word out. So we continue to do that, and we thank those brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. YouTube, the Smithway Enterprises 5018. You can subscribe by going to YouTube, typing in the Smithway Enterprises 5018. Subscribe, then you'll get all the notifications, and you'll be aware of what's going on with WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one. We're happy to have listeners and watchers in 45 countries on 6 continents. So this allows us to get the word out. So we still want you to be interactive. This format is an interactive format. When you get a chance to just share with us exactly your thoughts, advocate how you feel about certain things. So we're going to move forth and kind of talk about our radio giveaways. We ask you to register for WVSW radio giveaways. by sending your name along with one of these means of transaction: Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle, to Lorenza D. Smith 15 at gmail.com. If you don't want to send a means of transaction, it's fine. We're not requesting but one thing: that's sow a seed of $1 with 586 return. I'm sorry, with WVSW Radio. We're truly excited about being able to. You can go to Cash App, LORENZADSMITH. As we were talking about registering for WVSW radio giveaways, we want you to keep in mind we're raffling off from time to time. Hotel stays vary from 3 nights to 5 nights, internationally as well as nationally. So we ask you to get your name because your name can be pulled out of the raffle. We raffle off gift cards, food vouchers, as well as gas vouchers, movie passes, and car washes at the various businesses that do car washes. So we're excited. You look, they pop around. There's so many around here nowadays. I just sometimes I have to think about all of them that are springing up, especially in the south central part of Alabama. So truly, thank you for being a part of this. Hope this information, hope you're able to register. Now, one of the other added thing about sending your media transaction, we send love offerings. Varies from $5 to $100. If you have your name in the raffle, I will be sending you something just to support what you're doing, from $5 to $100. Do not request it now. I will just send it. And it's not every month that you get something. It might be every 6 months you might receive something. Within a year's time, you will get one opportunity to receive a love offering. Our title for tonight's show is How to Build Communication in a Relationship. I think that's so important because one of the foundations for a successful relationship is communication. There are 2 types of communication that you should be able to master and be able to perform at a higher level, which is open communication and effective communication. Those 2 are not the same. They're a little different, but it's all part about communication and how important it is to a healthy relationship, but to a successful relationship. Our first topic is, what does communication mean in a relationship? Again, I just mentioned that communication comes in those forms of open communication and effective communication. You have verbal and nonverbal. And those are the ways we can communicate with one another. See, if we want to define it, communication is the transferring of information from one place to another. In a relationship, communication allows you to explain to someone else what you are experiencing and what your needs are. See, let's just take a second to talk about that. See, some people have a challenge articulating their experience because there's a lot of individuals just think that your experience is not important. But for us to be the best version of ourselves, we have to experience things in life, and once we experience it, whether it was a positive or negative experience, we want to make sure we are able to move forward with some plan of action. So what you need to make sure that you understand that when you are communicating to someone else what your needs are, you have to be able to share with them what are your needs. So it's so important that communication be that cornerstone or that foundation to a healthy relationship. See, communication in a relationship is the process of sharing thoughts, feelings, and needs with your mate through verbal, nonverbal, written, or body language. So it's important that you understand that, yeah, verbal, we got to be able to articulate, but nonverbal as well is your movement, how you respond. your facial expression. That's your nonverbal aspects of it. Written, as we know, to write down your thoughts and share them with your partner or your mate. And body language. Again, that's could be your facial expression, but how you move around in the chair, how you are not comfortable with listening what the individual is saying. And you go through the process of just going through the process. So it's important that we understand that communication involves verbal, nonverbal, written, and body language. It's a vital part, communication is a vital part of maintaining strong connection, and it can make or break a relationship. If you lack the ability to communication effectively, you're going to have some challenge because communication can help resolve conflict, build a bond, create healthy conversation. If there's a conflict, if you can't talk about the conflict, if you can't set any ground rules to address the conflict, that will destroy your relationship. Building a bond, when you're able to communicate verbally, non-verbally, written, along with body language, it improves your opportunity to have a bond that's successful. Created a healthy conversation. That is setting ground rules and talking about what's positive to make your relationship a better relationship. You also address the negative and the conflict that occurred too, so your relationship continue to grow. In life, we're going to always be able to learn, and we always going to be able to grow from communication, especially effective communication. When we talk about open communication, I want everybody to kind of keep in mind, you got to be willing to share with your partner, your mate, some of your secrets that you're trying to keep back, because you may want to avoid bringing to the relationship some of the negative things, but it's better for that person to know about those things so they can know how they can address. One of the worst things that happen, as we talk about relationship, when individuals have a tendency to keep something away from their partners or their mates, and it's nothing but a lie. It's lie by omission. It's still a lie. So open communication gives you the ability to talk about things, gives you an opportunity to share thoughts with people. It gives you an opportunity to step outside of the box so you can be successful in what you're doing. It's truly a great opportunity. And finally, when we talk about communication, we have to remember communication is the key in a relationship. And it's a crucial ingredient that keeps the relationship healthy. If there's no communication in a relationship, it is likely to fail. And I want to repeat that. If there's no communication in your relationship, it is likely to fail. Let's give a shout out to our first sponsor, Bye Bye Belly by Shay Barnes.
When you're frustrated and you've tried everything to get rid of stubborn weight or belly fat, I understand. Step is here. I'm extremely excited. I found out about Bye Bye Belly. Let's talk today. Bless him. Minister Sherelle J. Barnes O'Fair, personal consultant. Sherelle would like to contact her. It's byebyebelly.com/Sherelle Barnes O'Fair. Call or email her at 912-409-5474. The email is SherelleSpeak89@AOL.com. Check out. She'll make you do what it is.
Bye Bye Belly Fat. You truly can get with Shay Barnes O'Fair and talk with her. The information was given. Give her a call or go to Facebook and type in Sherelle Barnes, and it'll populate the information and also allow you to inquire about what you could do to get rid of some belly fat. Let's give a shout out to Miss Bush EDS. Remember Zeta Phi Beatos Royalty Incorporated. Thank you so much. Angelina, thank you so much for joining us. We have Slicker 45. We have Doe Johnson Sr., 6'5" Playboy. Donald Starks, thank you so much. We have Raleigh White Earth, thank you so much. Diane Creel, thank you so much for joining us. KG, thank you so much. I want to give a shout out to Andre Owens. Thank you, Andre. Solidarity Anderson, thank you so much. ABC 9898454. User, thank you for joining. Parker, Prince Ali, thank you so much. Rain, thank you for taking time. Get them. It's a gate me. I'm gonna say gate me fit sad K. Thank you so much. Ricky Boland, thank you so much. We'll give a shout out to the others as they come in. We have a visitor join us. Thank you. Don't have a name, so thank you so much. As we move forward on our next topic, talking about effective communication or building communication in a relationship, we have to think about the importance of building communication in a relationship. See, communication in a relationship is essential to have happy and healthy partnerships. Your partner is likely the person you spend the most time with, which means there's a greater risk of misunderstanding and conflict. So you have to remember the person you give your time to, you have to make sure you work on effective communication and be open in your discussion. Consider the other individual. We're not perfect communicators. We're imperfect communicators who's working to do perfect things. See, when we focus on perfect communication, there's a ability to in a relationship to fall short. But if we focus on just being able to communicate effectively and openly, there's many rewards that comes along with you communicate. When you build communication in a relationship, you must include several things that are so important. First of all, increase trust. See, when you work on building a relationship, you can increase the trust in your partner or from your partner. See, increased trust is you willing to be vulnerable with them. That's a word that runs a lot of people off because we build up these walls and we don't want to be vulnerable. Those walls are protecting our heart and our soul. But when we're effective communicators or work toward being precise in what we communicate to each other, and that leads us to increase trust and allows us to be vulnerable with our mate. See, because you know they will support you and love you no matter what happened, no matter what occurs. They're going to be there. Absolute courage and vulnerability is one of the 5 disciplines of love. Absolute courage and vulnerability. And when we talk about communication and in a healthy relationship, we got to understand we must have discipline. And our discipline of love is so important. Absolute courage, vulnerability is very important because it leads to total trust in your relationship. The next thing that's really important is better conflict resolution. See, better conflict resolution states that the key isn't to never disagree with your partner. It's to improve conflict resolution skills by using several tips so you can deal with disagreement. You can agree to disagree. And you can turn your conflict by understanding resolution into a strength of your relationship instead of tearing it down because your dad can't deal with conflict resolution. Better conflict resolution. Increase intimacy. See, discovering how to improve communication in a relationship is excellent for your emotional intimacy. And some people ask that question, what is emotional intimacy? First of all, you got to understand what emotions entail. See, emotions entail feelings, anger, grief. These are emotions. There are many others. But you got to remember, when you are able to discuss and improve communication, it allows you to be emotionally intimate with your mate, or it gives you the ability to listen, understand, and be compassionate toward your partner. The key to effective communication is first being an active listener. Work on that skill. Taking the opportunity to understand what you have heard or what you was listening to. Then have the compassionate to respond in a manner towards your partner that is a way to be positive. Be able to come up with solutions. Intimacy is not always sex. It is an emotional intimacy that allows your relationship through communication to be on par, to be very healthy. See, you have to develop your communication skills. Shows that you respect and value your partner when you say, I'm going to listen like I need to listen. And I'm going to try to understand what I heard. Then I'm going to be able to be compassionate enough to respond in a manner that causes our relationship to grow. See, when you work on your communication skills, not only we, as we said, respect, you can value your partner, their feelings and opinion. That is so important. And as we move forth in relationship, we're working toward a favorable outcome. We're working toward having a long-lasting, committed relationship. Communication is the foundation. And there's no other way you can operate in a relationship unless you allow yourself to be an active listener, be able to understand what you heard, respond in a manner that is positive and allows your relationship to be successful. This is how you move forward. Let's give a shout out to our next sponsor, L&T Stallworth Lawn Service, the manicure expert of South Central Alabama.
That's right, hard work. Check out L&T Stallworth Lawn Service, LLC, the manicure expert in South Central Alabama. Eventually, call Attorney Stallworth at 334-7401. Again, that's 334-700-7401. Check out Attorney Stallworth. Anthony, and you connect with you. Here we go.
We want to thank L&T Stallworth Lawn Service, LLC, for supporting what we're doing. Mr. Anthony Stallworth, can you give him a call and he'll be available to quote you and address whatever your needs are at 334-300-7401, or go to Facebook, type in Anthony Stallworth, and you can DM Anthony and you can find out whatever you need from him. Thank you so much, Mr. Stallworth, for supporting what we're trying to do here. Also, as we talk about our title on WVSW Radio, the internet station, we're number one. We want to make sure we look at the various types of communication skills. You can be a part of the show by calling in. The calling number is 347-857-4192. Press 1. I'll make sure I get you on the line by identifying the last 4 digits of your cell, ask for your location, and we'll chat about your thoughts and what you're advocating in regards to how to build communications in a relationship. As we look at what are the various types of communication skills, we always have to keep in mind, if you're not aware of what the skills are, you need to work on those skills and make sure you're able to be successful in your relationship. See, but before you can work on learning how to improve communication in a relationship, you need to realize that everyone has the same communication skills. There are 4 main communication styles that are so important. Passive, aggressive, passive-aggressive, and finally, assertive. Let's look first at passive. Passive communicators keep their emotions inside and are the one who's never seem to say no. Are you a passive communicator? You never can say no. Aggressive communicators are loud and intense, but typically have trouble making real connection with others. They have trouble making real connection with others because they're loud. Come on now. They're so intense about what they're doing. Passive aggressive communicators. They avoid conflict, use scarcity to deflect real communication. See, deflect is a word you keep in mind. When you talk to someone and you sharing information and they go, trying to go back and forth and they realize they're wrong, they'll begin to deflect because they'll try to move from whatever you're talking to something else. These are passive aggressive communicators. They don't really want conflict, but they want to be right. They need to be right. They're the ones that do the sign language, which is shame, insult, guilt, and a need to be right. Those passive aggressive individuals, because they really don't want to have conflict, and they use sarcasm. They're not able to talk to you. They're scarce. They get away from you. They say what it needs, and then they're going to dodge. They're going to deflect and go somewhere else different. These are the communicators that a lot of us encounter. Assertive communicators is the most healthy type of communication. Are you an assertive communicator? See, these people are in touch with their emotion and know how to communicate them effectively. Do you just get angry? Do you operate talking about feelings? So you need to be operating about what you think and what you believe, not how you feel. Your feelings are not really important to others. They want to know what you think, what you believe. If you lead off and you constantly be around people, I feel when they're in conversation, I feel then you need to remind them that they need to be able to get a handle on that. They need to understand that they have to make sure they believe and think. Don't tell me what you feel. Tell me what you believe and tell me what you think. That way we can move forward and communicate in the manner we need to be. Those four main communication styles are passive, aggressive, passive aggressive, and assertive. Which one are you? See, communication styles also involve a meta programs. Meta programs are the way that we respond to information. So many things going on become chaos. That's why we say, like, and I do say that, and people sometimes they get a little challenging and upset with me when I say that with technology, we have created so many chaotic minds because there's so much information. It's a lot of overload. And the overload don't allow you to really function in the manner you need to function. You begin to get caught up in operating on your feelings, not what you believe and what you think. So these styles are meta programs. They're the way you respond to information. See, some people like talking. Some people prefer touching. Have you been around somebody talking, want to touch you all the time, want to touch you, want to touch you? And you be like, hey, you can talk to me without touching me. Or you can say, why are you touching me? These are individuals who are having a few challenges and their style allows them to be caught up between the passive aggressive and a passive communicator. They have to touch you. Then you have some people are more more visual. That's what we talk about gender. We got to remember. We got, we have as female, we're individuals and male, we have, but visual is something we're known, men are known to be visual. They look first. They idea first. And that's one of the things that allows you to communicate. It allows you to be able to respond because they're looking dead in your eyes, looking at you, trying to see where you're coming from. See, people are more visual and respond better to gifts rather than a outward discussion of feelings. They respond to gift giving than a outward discussion of feelings. Most folks don't tell me what you think, what you believe, not what you feel. And you probably know which communication style you prefer. But what about your partner? You need to know. Let's give a shout out to our next sponsors. That's awesome young lady, Lena Payne Well, Blue Impression Publishing.
To share your inspiring story with the world, look no further than Blue Impressions Publishing, the premier publishing company that specializes in creating meaningful and impactful books and journals. Blue Impressions Publishing, veteran-owned by author Lena Payton Webb, offers comprehensive services to bring your vision to life. Their mission is to empower writers, mental health professionals, consultants, coaches, and spiritual leaders to make a positive impact through their publications. Not only do they publish your words, they give you the strategy to be a successful author and earn an additional source of income. So whether you're an aspiring author or a seasoned writer, Blue Impressions Publishing is the publishing company for you. Don't let your story go untold. Visit the website today, yourartisticexpressions.com. You can also call 833-951-2665 to learn more about Blue Impressions Publishing, where inspiring stories leave a lasting impression.
That's Blue Impression Publishing. Lena Horns, thank you so much for being a part of what we're trying to do here. God is so good that we're able to come before you and share an opportunity if you want to publish what your book or work on your book. There's a marketing part of this with Blue Impression Publishing. Just go to Facebook, type in Lena Payton Webb, and you can DM Lena about information, or you can give her a call at 833-951-2665. That's Blue Impressions Publishing. Thank you so much, Lena, for being a part. Member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you so much, Sarah, for supporting. I want to give a shout out to Yolanda. Thank you for joining us. We have Lola. Thank you for being here as well. We have BTF Personal Trainer. Thank you. Butterfly Effects. Annie. Big H. Thank you. SSW. Jeffrey Cunningham. Roll back. They said BZ Girl 77. DLM. Thank you. Herbert. Barbara Williams. Thank you. Andrea. Thank you. Dion Fountain. Donald Brown. Thank you so much. DJ Breezy. Thank you so much. User Robert Wash. Grace. Rose. Thank you. Another user. Horace. Thank you so much. Is certain. Mom, thank you so much. Tony Archibald, the Archcator, thank you so much. The Africator, thank you so much. David Stewart, thank you so much for joining us as well. 1943, Doris, thank you so much, Doris, for joining us and being a part. We want you to send some likes up now. If you're on here, I need for you to send some likes up. Let me know you're there. Send me a couple likes up. We're just asking for a minute likes you can set up today. Thank you. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Mandingo. Thank you so much for being here as well. Truly, as we move forth with our next focus is we're going to look at, discuss how to communicate in a relationship. See, communication in a relationship can be different between a strong, long-lasting relationship or healthy relationship, as well as lifelong partners and or conflict-filled bond that ends in disappointment. Learning how to communicate better is vital. Say that again. Learning how to communicate is better and it's vital. You must be able to learn how to communicate. See, being honest and open is at the top of the list of how to improve communication in a healthy relationship or any relationship. Say what you mean and make your feelings and your needs clear. We'll back it up. Be honest and open. Should be at the top of your list. Say what you mean and make your feelings and your needs clear. Retreat from conflict. Retreating from conflict seems deceptively safe and comfortable, but is no substitute for trust in a relationship. And it will never help you to learn how to communicate better. Walking away from an argument is a temporary way to deal with an ongoing communication issue. And it must only be done to achieve brief cooling down periods. A brief cooling down period. If you walk away from it, you might as well just keep on walking. Unless you had a conversation that said, "Okay, we're not 24 hours. We'll get back at it." But you got to have a discussion to improve it. You got to address the issues, but you need to set some kind of boundaries or time frame how you're going to get back at it. See, this is only when you walk away. It's only a brief cooling period. It's a cool down period. See, when you disagree with your mate, you must be able to trust that what you say will be heard and respected. So it does your partner. Again, just make sure you're able to trust that whatever you say will be heard and respected. And so does your partner. This is truly the way to better communicate in your relationship. Let's give a shout out to our next sponsor. This is Mary Ruth Restaurant of Georgiana, Alabama. So glad to have those supporting team of husband and wife. And I'm excited. I know they are doing some awesome things down in Georgiana, Alabama.
Family-friendly environment? Well, look no further than Mary Ruth's. Mary Ruth's Restaurant, located at 261 State Highway 106 in beautiful Georgiana, Alabama. Great food in a family-friendly environment. Mary Ruth's Restaurant offers home-cooked breakfast. All the fixings, you name it, they've got it. And not just home-cooked breakfast. Home-cooked breakfast, lunch, and dinner items. Mary Ruth's Restaurant specializes in a meat and 3 vegetables meal. And meat and 3. Also, home-cooked hamburgers, Philly cheesesteak sandwiches, and much more. Seafood Friday, barbecue Saturday, and it's all cold and made from scratch, including the desserts and so much more. Ain't good. 261 West State Highway 106 in Georgiana. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Call today, 334-362-4032. That's 334-362-4032. Mary Ruth's Restaurant. Home-cooked meals, family-friendly environment, great food. Who could ask for more in a restaurant? Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana. Breakfast from 7 a.m. until 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Lunch from 11 until 2. And dinner from 5 until 9. Barbecue Saturdays begin at 11 a.m. and last until 9. Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana. Home-cooked food with a family-friendly environment. Come on by. From 11 a.m. until 5 p.m.
That's Mary Ruth's Restaurant in Georgiana, Alabama. That's 261 Highway 106 West. Georgiana, Alabama, that give them a call, the co-owners, which is Marvin Lala Smith and Katrina Roper Smith, both were part of the Blue and White family. Marvin's a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma Chapter of Greenville. Sarah Pastor Katrina Roper Smith, member of Zeta Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated. Give them a call at 334-549-0950. Check out the menu. They got the best Southern cooking in South Central Alabama. Best Southern cooking in South Central Alabama. So thank you so much for supporting us, Mary Ruth Restaurant of Georgiana, Alabama. As we move forward to close out, we'll give a shout out. Looking at my dashboard, we have more than quite a few people that's joined us on Facebook. Thank you so much for taking time. They just say, it's live now with these individuals thinking, I only have one name, and that's Yvette, Sarah Yvette Smith, member of Zeta Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated. There are 17 others that have joined us. Thank you. I can't call out the name, but thank you so much. Send a like up. I need you to send a like up, heart, however you want to send up. Thank you so much. And show us how you're really supporting what we're trying to do. Our title for today's show is How to Build Communication in a Relationship. This is straight talk, no chasers. We're not trying to hold back anything. What we want to make sure is we're going to chat about the various topics that allows us to focus on coming up with solutions. We want you to chat with us and be interactive. This is WVSW Radio, the internet station. We're number one, and we're so excited to have listeners in 45 countries and on 6 continents. We're going to make it do what it do because we're responsible. Those two hashtags are made for us. Some tips of reestablishing communication in a relationship. First of all, focus on communication. See, good communication can help clarify misunderstanding. Share your feelings, deepen your connection. Focus on communication. Be an active listener. You have to have that skill. That means paying close attention. Pay close attention to what your partner is saying and respond in a supportive and non-judgmental way. Be assertive. Assertiveness is an effective way to convey your thoughts and feelings. Ask questions. Ask your partner questions. Understand why they might think or communicate a certain way. Don't assume. Avoid assumptions. Don't try to assume you know what your partner is thinking or feeling. Instead, ask them how they feel and listen to their response. Set boundaries. Set boundaries can help you communicate effectively and make treatment or support more impactful. Setting boundaries. Process your feelings before communicating. Take time to process your feelings. Process your thoughts. Use I statements. Start with I statements and focus on sharing your feelings. Make compromise or compromising a goal. Focus on finding resolutions together. Check in regularly. Leave notes for your partner. Check in throughout the day. Or these are ways to improve your communication or reestablish communication. Quickly, I'm going to give them in a list. Focus on communication. Be an active learner or listener. Be assertive. Ask questions. Don't assume. Set boundaries. Process your feelings. Use I statements. Make compromising a goal. And check in regular. Those are the tips to reestablish communication in a relationship. If you do this, you will have a healthy relationship. It is hard work. That's the ideal of being successful. The ideal of having a healthy relationship requires time and effort. If you're not willing to give the time and the effort, you cannot be successful as you think you should be. So you have to make sure you put this time in. Make sure you put the effort in. Work on those skills that are going to make you a better person. Being able to listen, being able to articulate what you heard, but also have a thought process that allows you to be very successful, and you can move forward and have a healthy relationship, have a favorable outcome. Our next sponsor, Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace.
The best soap and perfume scent in South Central Alabama. Contact Soap Gym by Jackson and Grace. The owner is Miss Jennifer Jackson. Contact number 251-369-1344. Or go to Facebook. Type in Jennifer Jackson or Charlie's Danger. There's several items like bombshells, chance of a lifetime, lunch lovers, straight savage, mad power, goat lotion, and calming lavender sea salt. So please check her out. Again, that number is 251-369-1344. Soap Gym by Jackson and Grace.
Soap Gems by Jackson and Grace, the best soap and perfume scent in South Central Alabama. They're available by touching with basing with Jennifer Jackson. The number to touch base with Jennifer Jackson is 369 1344 with the area code of 251-369-1344, or go to Facebook and type in Jennifer Jackson or Charlie Angel, and you connect with her, find out what her inventory list is. Again, the best soap and perfume scents in South Central Alabama. Give her a shout out. Go to Facebook. Again, type in Jennifer Jackson, Charlie Angel, and they'll populate the information. DM her, and you'll get a chance to talk with her and what she got going on. As we move forward on our last topic, before we give our final thoughts, how to build healthy relationships or healthy communication in a relationship. It's important that we understand that communication is to make sure you get your thoughts out, but also give an opportunity to hear what other individuals have to say. Communication is about finding out what people need. Communication is getting understanding. These are the things that are so important. And one of the final things we're going to say about communication is that once you're able to have open, effective communication, you can avoid conflicts. And if you're having conflicts, you can resolve them because you have communication. Remember that the goal of healthy communication should be mutual understanding and finding solutions that pleases both parties, not winning. You don't want anybody to one-up you, call winning. The argument or being right. That need to be right is prevalent in a lot of individuals who can't handle the truth. They have to be right. They're going to get the last. So healthy communication can't go on with them because they're not ready to experience healthy communication. Now, this doesn't work in every situation, but sometimes it helps to hold hands or stay physically connected as you talk. This is in your relationship. This can remind you that you still care about and support each other. Keep in mind that it's important to remain respectful of the other person, even if you don't like their action. And finally, you must listen carefully, respond to criticism with empathy, take a time out, admitting when you're wrong, look for solutions that meet everyone's need or everybody's need, seek help from professionals. If you have challenges and you know you need to address some issues, you need to seek support from a counselor or a therapist. If you can't, your insurance won't pay, go to betterhelp.com. Type it in and it'll populate information and ask for what they need, and they'll set you up with someone in the area to help you address some of the issues with the lack of healthy communication. You need to know. In our final thoughts, I want us to talk about communication and relationship, which are different. We're going to give a shout out to our next sponsor, that is Mr. William Scott. And thank Mr. Scott for doing some awesome things, making a difference in the community. And we want to always share what he has going on. TriStat LLC, Mr. William Scott.
TriStat LLC. Enjoy your business. We provide specialized business and management consulting services. TriStat LLC meets your consulting needs in the Commissioner of Engineering, Accounting, Research, and Management Service Sector. Contact Mr. William Scott at 334-320-5438 or 334-526-0228.
TriStat LLC, a consultant firm that meets your needs in the area of consulting. They do research. They'll help you prepare your report to your grantors if you were awarded a grant. They work with local government, rural townships. They work with city council, town councils, and they help put things in the right perspective. So give Mr. William Scott a call at 334-320-5438. 334-320-5438. Go to Facebook, type in William Scott, and it'll populate his information, and you can DM him, and talk with him and share what you're looking for. Give a shout out to City of Brider that's joined us. We all have Tot7651. I want some likes now. I want y'all to send some likes up. We got MJ Johnson, 48. Thank you so much. Zeta, 1998. Member of Zeta Phi Beta's Award here, Incorporated. J. Roosevelt. Thank you. Sir Bradley. Shannon 007. Natalia. We also have 2020. We have 1 Zeta Phi Beta 76, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Award Incorporated. Thank you so much, Sora. We have a user. We have Paul. Thank you so much, Paul. We have Miss, is that LMC 25? Thank you. Frankie Tuck, thank you so much for you being a part of it. As we get ready to close out, I want to say our final thoughts in regards to communication. Our title on WVSW Radio today, Straight Talk, No Chaser, is how to build communication in a relationship. And it was important that we be able to share this information. Hopefully something we said you can use, or just think about and see how you can better your communication in your relationship so you can have a favorable outcome. See, we have to remember communication and relationships are different. Some people think they're the same. It's communication in a relationship. You have to be able to communicate in a relationship, but a relationship is not the same as communication. See, effective communication with your mate will come from acknowledging this, that communication in a relationship is different and is required to have effective communication. So your partner, a mate, can be telling you exactly what they need, but you have to be cognitive of how they convey this information to you. If there's miscommunication, you miss the opportunity to build trust and intimacy, and both of you will feel frustrated. When striving to learn how to communicate better, watch your partner or mate respond to different perspective cues over a day or two. Think about these couple questions. Do he or she seems to respond most to seeing and watching, hearing and talking, or touching and doing? A good example, if your partner more responsive to language, tone, and other auditory cues, make a lot of eye contact and gentle facial expression, isn't communicating as much to them as you think. You're sending signals, but they are not picking them up. On the other hand, always keep in mind, if you find that you are an auditorial person, your partner or mate is a kinesthetic person. Remember that saying "I love you" is a gift, may not be enough. What you have to do is reinforce your love with a touch, and remember to do so often. That's our final thoughts. We'll give a shout out to our last sponsor as we get ready to close out. We have the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. We thank you all, brothers, for truly being a part of what we're trying to do here. These are the Brothers of Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama, of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. As we get ready to close out, we want to thank you so much for joining. We'll give a shout out to Trina Isabella. Thank you. Dan, thank you for joining us. Y'all have Deborah Martin join us. Thank you so much. Along with this is Chris Shanton. Thank each and every one of us. Check us out tomorrow. We have an awesome show planned. Actually, it's the Dr. Lowe Show at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to focus on self-love in a relationship. So I want you to truly work on what you need to do to make sure your relationship is successful. I want you to be responsible. And as we get ready to close, I want you to make sure that you understand that we love you. The whole team of WVSW Radio, the internet station being number one, we love you from our hearts. And truly, we thank you for taking time to be here today. But as we move forward, we want you to always remember that, see, God got a plan for all of us. And we're excited that he allowed us to work through. Because, see, when you're talking about communication, building it in a relationship, especially a healthy relationship, that hopefully will lead to the love that you're looking for. Not just giving a gift of saying, I love you, or actually being in love with someone so you can have a favorable outcome. Work on your communication, and hopefully anything we say today will help with that. If not, look up, research, do whatever you need to do, but you have to make sure you put the time and the effort in so you can be successful and get what you want out of life. And this is all about building a book of love by doing the right thing. As we get ready to close out, we do not own the rights to the music, but we want to play this because it focuses on the book of love, communication, working to make sure we understand one another. I want you to have an awesome rest of the evening. As I told you before, I love you from my heart. And we'll be back at you tomorrow at the Dr. Lowe Show, the Real Relationship Talk Show with no filter, at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WVSW Radio, the internet station. We will be broadcasting on the social media site, Facebook, Big O Live, TikTok Live, Instagram, Blog Talk Radio, as well as YouTube. So have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Hashtag be responsible. Hashtag make it do what it do. Hashtag keep on grinding. Hashtag communicate for understanding. And I just want to say to you as we get ready to leave out of here, I love you It ain't a thing you can do about it. Have a good night.
Try to